Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to yet another Track Titan community race stream. This time we are in Cheshire, in Great Britain, at Oulton Park for the Nissan GTR GT3s. Joining me today is, of course, Spitslam. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine.
Always good to hear from Spitslam. Always good to hear from Spitslam. Like I said, here we are at Oulton Park. We're using the international layout, the full circuit, as much of the circuit you can possibly use. 4.3 kilometers of track, 10 beautiful, beautiful corners here in the Cheshire countryside. I love this circuit. I love this circuit. I've been here before, and it was the closest circuit to my university, and it's tight, it's grassy, it's fun, it's good to drive, it's good to watch. There's everything about it I like. Are you as passionate about Oulton Park as me, Spitslam? You don't sound it.
Well, I don't tend to because I don't talk a little bit at all. But the bright memory I have from Oulton is driving it in the Ginetta Junior on Project Cars 2.
That's where everyone loves that. Me too. That's where everyone knows Oulton from, because it's the one you start with, isn't it? The Ginetta GT.
Yes, you do.
It's the GT4s. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. What a track! What a track to learn on. What a track to watch a race on, and what a race we have in store. We've got some special liveries today, as you can see. Michelle Rodriguez sporting the A Big Boy livery with an incredible depiction of myself, apparently. No comment. These liveries, of course, provided by Mr. Ryan Skywalker. We've got some normal ones from Assetto Corsa, like Keith Holt's got. In Alexander Gray, he's got a beautiful Japanese-style livery on with some kanji characters, and that's not kanji characters, that's weed.
That is.
Dennis Bosman has an Earth livery. Bathtub has a normal livery. Alex Heller, one of two drivers today, driving in the fantastic Too Fast, Too Furious chrome livery, the other driver being Ryan Skywalker. So we know exactly who to look out for. We've got two key drivers here. We've got Ryan Skywalker, of course, looking to regain some kind of hold in the championship from Max Newt 7, who's running away with it right now. So he's going to be in a shiny livery, and we'll be able to look out for him. And then Alex Heller, Le Bandit Ronde, in the Too Fast, Too Furious livery. I'm sure he's going to get involved and cause some crashes today, as he loves to do. And he'll do some racing. He'll do some racing too, you know. But like I said, Max Newt 7 is out in the Leaders Championship at the minute. Of course, going into this race, Max Newt 7 stands a commanding lead of 45 points ahead of Ryan Skywalker in the championship right now. He's finished first and third only. That's a Max Verstappen-like form. Ryan Skywalker, meanwhile, is struggling for form. He's not won a single race this season yet at all. Last time around, of course, Brigida Hernandez took a shock win. He's in 6th position right now, and I don't know if he's back today or not, Brigida. He is, so potentially in line for another win as he's back battling towards the front. But we'll see. Plenty of time for that all to unfold as qualifying is underway. Have the drivers spoken to you anything about what they're struggling with in this car, Spitslam, or what we can expect from some of the drivers?
Well, I definitely don't know what anything can happen with these cars. I drove a little bit myself. I know that this hairpin is a great place to just have some fun, taking in speed. And if you don't do the turn before the hairpin, you just end in a wall. A lot of crashes can happen in the third turn, if I'm right.
Yes,
no,
yeah, definitely.
The fourth turn.
Yeah. Fourth turn, technically. But yeah, I know exactly the one you're on about. That's the one just before the Shell Oils corner hairpin. And yeah, if you get that wrong, if you get on the inside curb a bit too much, it just spits you out wide and you end up in the wall. And of course, there is a solid tyre wall before the hairpin. Obviously, so that you don't go crashing into whoever's at the hairpin at that point. But that's a very easy place to go off. It would be. I mean, fortunately, in a sim racing, no one's there to die. But I think in real life, you would end up killing someone if you went off there. There was no wall.
Of course, if I made the track mod, I don't know how to make the track mod. It's actually an amazing mod. As you can see, it's perfect. I mean, definitely a guy that was there could pick out some mistakes. But I think it's a great mod, great track, and great asphalt for the track as well. So I just think it's fine. You don't need that much. So I just put the barrier out because it's sim racing. You can have some fun.
Of course, you can have some fun. Well, I mean, I didn't make the map, so I'm not in that control. But like you say, yeah, it's a beautifully made map. So many custom assets in this one. I'm not sure whether it's it could well just be ported over from Competizione. I'm not 100% sure, but there's so many custom assets on here. There's the the Dunlop signs, there's the MSV cones, and all this sort of stuff. That it really is a super accurate representation of the track. Like I said, I've been here before, and it's exactly like it in person. It really is. This mod is fantastically done. So it should give us some good racing because it's a proper circuit. But it is a tight circuit, this one. As you can see, there's barely room for 2 cars side by side around most of the track. It's a proper old school British circuit. You don't get many like this anymore. You got Oulton, you got Cadwell, to name but a few other kind of circuits similar to this that are tight and narrow, like Mount Panorama in Australia. These kind of really tight circuits are going to throw up some really interesting moments in the race, no doubt, and especially when back markers come into play, as we do have 15-minute races. The back markers often do come into play, and well, it's certainly going to be interesting to see if some of the front runners can clear the back markers without too much problems. Do you think that's on the cards, Spitzlam? Do you think we're going to have some back marker chaos like normal, or do you think with it being a modded track, we've got some kind of better drivers in today?
Well, no, this is one of the classic tracks, so almost everyone has this mod. As we know, of course, how you said, it's one of the old tracks for UK, and I really like these styles of Oulton Park and Cadwell Park. I really like these styles. It's like mini Nürburgrings. That's how someone did it. I don't know how to say that word.
No, I think it's a great comparison. These tracks are fantastic. I mean, you can see the drivers just switching the car from left to right as they get through the twists and turns of this track, and it always offers. Well, it's fantastic to drive. It's such a fun track to drive. I was having loads of fun in the Hot Lap Challenge this week driving this one. Hopefully next week's is just as fun, because I was enjoying myself, but I was also getting frustrated because it's so easy to lose your grip here. You get 2 wheels on the grass and you're gone, especially coming around McLean's corner as Max Newt is now. Here, especially if you get on the inside curb, you carry too much speed around the corner, you're on the outside curb and you're basically in the wall then. It's so easy to do.
I love this track. It's short, basically. There's almost turn every, I don't know, 100 meters, like 400 meters. There's always a turn. It's great.
Yeah, there's not many long straights here. I think the longest straight is the one just before Lodge Corner between Druids and Lodge. It's that one that kind of at the back of the circuit, and that's about the longest you can get your foot to the floor for, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
So it's gonna
it's quick, fast, twisty. It's the better Monaco.
It is. I agree, because there's more runoff. And, well, I mean, hopefully it offers up some good racing. Of course, we're not in the F1 cars, so these cars can follow behind each other, so it should offer some good racing, some decent lunges, and I'm sure some risky manoeuvres. But, like we said, there's not many long straights to line up a move, not many long straights to get a lot of slipstream going. So, as Max Newt's demonstrating here, you might just have to take to the grass to get pout around someone, as he struggles behind Alexander Gray, who was moving slowly there through the Britain's chicane. But, well, I mean, with all that talk we've had of the track and of the championship, we haven't really spoken much about the actual laps that are going on right now, and qualifying's almost at an end. It's passed by very quickly this time, 30 seconds left to qualifying, and currently, Ryan Skywalker is sat at the top in the Too Fast, Too Furious livery. He is hoping to claw back any time he can, any points he can to Max Newt 7, because, as I said at the start, Max Newt 7, well in the lead of the championship. Ryan Skywalker, it's going to quickly run away from him if he doesn't get any wins today. But he's kicking off on the right foot today because, as you can see on the leaderboard, he is 8/100ths of a second clear of Max Newt 7 on his position time, and Ryan Skywalker has just got across the line to make his final lap. So that means that the qualifying will end very shortly when Ryan gets around. But yeah, Eric Mandera is back in the fight. He's returned after a little bit of an absence, and of course he finished second last time round. I think he's out of this picture for second this time with him missing 3 rounds, but he's going to be back and he's going to be fighting, and he's in third right now. Dennis Bosman, another newer driver to the series, in 4th position. He's making a name for himself and bringing that pace that he has in the Hot Lap Challenge and the Hot Lap Pepper Heaven over to the community races, and that's nice to see. Henry Comsey, currently sat in 3rd in the championship, is 5th, with Brigida Hernandez, race winner last week round, in 6th right now. Michelle's in 7th, Bainar in 8th, Alexander Gray in 9th, Alex Heller in 10th. So a decent grid today, a decent grid full of regular drivers, so you should expect some decent racing. And I'll keep saying decent in the hopes that it is. But yeah, we'll see how it unfolds as Ryan Skywalker comes round to up towards Druid's Corner. He's going to finish his lap, although it does sound like he's not on the full throttle, so that might have been deceiving. But we'll see if he can improve on his time. Right now, he's firm in first. The only man that can potentially disrupt Ryan Skywalker right now is Brigida Hernandez. As he comes round Lodge Corner, onto the start-finish line, up the hill, over the crest. It's a big bumpy moment over the crest, onto the start-finish line. Brigida Hernandez puts in a lap time of 1:36.477. That's not enough to get himself onto pole, so it's Ryan Skywalker pulling to the pits. On pole for the first race of the day, Max Newt 7 and Eric Mandera complete your podium for qualifying, and this is set to be an exciting race with Ryan at the front, Max just alongside, going to this first corner. I don't know who's going to be on top. Spitslam, before we start the first race, it's that time again. Who's going to be in the lead? Michelle is going to be in the lead by the first corner.
He will not. He is 7th. There is no way, as I will say, that he can get the first, from 7th to 1st. We know what the Swedish boy can do, but also there's the challenge that if he doesn't win any of these 2 races, he is singing at the awards a Backstreet Boys song.
Well, we'll see. We'll see who comes out on top by the first corner. Ryan is going to have the inside line by the first corner, but it's a difficult one to get into from the inside, and it's a difficult one to carry speed out of from the outside, so second place might actually be advantageous going into it. We're going to see 15 minutes of racing ahead of us, and we've got 18 drivers on the grid watching the red lights as they go out, and Max Newt's got a blinding start there, but he's really bogged down off the line, and he's dropping back. He's dropping back multiple positions while Ryan Skywalker and Dennis Bosman get the best starts out of them all and are flying ahead at first and second. Max Newt 7 there. I don't know if he jumped the start, but he really bogged down as he went through, and it's, sorry, Eric Mandera that's flying through, not Dennis Bosman, into second position, so old foes come to blows again. Ryan Skywalker and Eric Mandera behind them. They all filter down the hill, down through Cascades. Max Newt 7 is filtered in 3rd position after that dodgy start just behind Eric Mandera, and he's going to be trying to battle his way back up to make some moves as he comes towards the hairpin. It's a group of 4, and there's a driver off. There's a driver well off in the wall, and it's Eric Mandera. Eric Mandera, Keith Holton's another driver. It's Diogo Texera also in the wall, just as you said, Spitslam. It's so easy to go off there. And Eric Mandera already, I think his race might be over. He's in the wall, yellow flags out at the hairpin. Meanwhile, Ryan Skywalker did not make that same mistake, and he continues in first position while Max Newt continues behind. Brigida Hernandez has managed to get himself up past Dennis Bosman, and Dennis Bosman's getting hounded. He's almost got passed by Henry Comsey as they come through into the Hislov chicane. Round Hislovs, into Knickerbrook, up the clear hill now. Dennis Bosman, Henry Comsey, and Michelle Rodriguez all going toe-to-toe-to-toe. Up the hill now towards Druid's Corner. My favourite corner on the circuit. Druid's Corner. Beautiful, beautiful corner. As it tightens in on the exit. Very easy to get it wrong. Very easy to get it right, though, as Henry Comsey demonstrates. Moving up past Dennis Bosman with a picture-perfect move. And Michelle Rodriguez in the Hey Big Boy car moving through himself on Dennis Bosman. Dennis Bosman getting absolutely mocked. Alex Heller, Le Bondit comes by. Oh, Bainar! Bainar collides with Dennis Bosman and sends him off into the gravel at Lodge Corner. And Dennis Bosman manages to get on track just about. But Bainar and Alex Heller both through on Dennis Bosman, who's now dropped back to 9th position behind El Ripo and Isaac Gard now into 10th. Dennis having the worst first lap in Track Titan history, just getting absolutely mogged left, right and centre. That's really unfortunate for Dennis there, but I have to say some of them moves were a bit robust, weren't they?
Oh, definitely. And as Henderson Livery said, he's fed up and he wants to get rid of Michelle in the front if he can really even do it into the hairpin, comes a second behind.
He lost a bit of
Henry,
time there
do
coming
your shit,
through.
sorry.
He lost a bit of time there coming through Island Bend, you know, because on the exit he did a very similar thing to Eric Mandera. He managed to hold it together, but he got on the grass on the left side, or the right side of the track, going towards the Shell Oil's hairpin. So yeah, Henry Comsey nearly fallen victim to the classic Island Bend trap, I'll call it, the Island Bend trap, and ended up in the wall, but he managed to hold it together, and he's still just behind Michelle Rodriguez. Michelle, of course, old foes once again. It was Ryan Skywalker and Eric Mandera before, of course it's not anymore, and now it's Michelle Rodriguez on Henry Comsey. Old foes from last season coming back to blows at Oulton Park. This track is offering up plenty of decent racing as Henry Comsey goes off at Druid's Corner. And that's another tricky moment on the track where the corner tightens in on the exit, and it's so easy to get on the grass there. And like I said, you can very easily lose a lap, lose your position, and even lose your race there if you go into the wall on the exit of the corner there. Oh, the leaders are battling. I almost missed that.
They are.
I'm not sure if Max Newt 7 actually did move up there, or if it was just a timing bug, but Ryan Skywalker and Max Newt 7, a line astern as they head down through the avenue into Cascades, round towards the Island Bend corner, and once again Ryan Skywalker pulls out a little bit of a gap on Max Newt as they come out of the downhill. I think it's just different parts of the circuit each of them are better on, but Max is still keeping Ryan definitely within check and not allowing him to run away with it at all. I'm not sure about you, but it does look like this battle's going to continue raging to the end. But
This will be a long battle.
I'm sure it will. 10.5 minutes left in the race. Oh, I'm sorry, just under 11 minutes actually, as they head down the hill towards Hislops. Once again, Max Newt 7, he's just so much faster under braking there into the Hislop chicane, and that's allowing Brigido Hernandez to come onto the back of this battle, as I think Ryan Skywalker had quite a suboptimal chicane entry there, and he lost a bit of time, but there was no space for Max Newt 7 to make his way through. That fence on the inside of Hislop chicane, I'm not sure if you've ever come to blows with it, Spitzlam, but that is not a forgiving fence at all.
I think I definitely did one time. I think I definitely did. It's funny.
It'll either spin you or it'll stop you dead in your tracks, and it does not give. It's screwed into the ground, and you definitely don't want to hit it under any circumstances. Well, up towards the top of the hill once again to complete lap 3. 10 minutes remaining for all the drivers here out on track. Dennis Bosman's into the pits after, I'm not sure if he had an incident or what, but he's into the pits. Eric Mandera, his race is over after that first lap incident. And other battles on track.
Max spins! Max spins!
Oh, so I was looking
spins.
in the pits. Max Newt 7 has spun. Is that on the exit of Cascades? It is going down the hill. Give us a play-by-play. What happened there, Spitzlam?
I don't know. He was following Ryan. Maybe he touched the grass or something. He just spun into the corner.
I tell you what, that's one that I've done myself, and it's super easy to do, because as you come over the hill after Old Hall, you come round that right-hander, you come over the hill, and there's a little bit of an inside curb there, and if you clip that just wrong, it sets the back end out, and you can't recover it, and you end up straight in the wall, and that's a major moment in the championship fight for Max Newt 7. Down in 7th position now. I'm not sure he's going to be able to fight too many positions back. He's got 9 minutes left. He could definitely make his way back up towards the podium end of the table, and he'll make light work of Alex Heller ahead of him. Who's that another driver dropping down the order? Is that the
Baby Skywalker? Oh no! Look at Baby Skywalker. Look at look at the car.
Is battered and bruised, as is Diogo Texeira's. Of course, we saw Diogo Texeira go into the wall on the first lap, so Diogo doing well to carry on there, not giving up early on. Baby Skywalker taken to the grass on the exit of the Shell Oil hairpin, and Diogo Texeira moves through very easily there as he takes the Britain's chicane all wrong, and this allows Baby Skywalker to come almost into the back of him, but Baby Skywalker gets a bit of oversteer. There's a melee going on for 10th position. Wow, who's that going off there? That smells like wee. Look at his spoiler is all skew whiff. He's had a serious incident. Bathtub, Alexander Gray, Keith Holt are all line astern heading up the hill underneath the old Dunlop, underneath the old Dunlop tyre. Of course, it's not a Dunlop tyre anymore. I don't know what to call it now. But they headed up Clay Hill towards Druids, round down the short straight now. Like I said, this is the longest straight on the circuit. Foot down for as long as possible as Alexander Gray tucks in behind Bathtub to try and find a way past. Bathtub's car is battered and bruised, and he's made the point there as he goes off the circuit, rejoins just about, and Alexander Graham moves through with ease, and now Keith Holt goes side by side and through on Batho very easily on the start-finish straight, and Smells Like Wee and Batho are going to have another battle, and I think that might have been the thing that caused Smells Like Wee's problems, his battles with Batho. Is he in contention for another Maldonado award?
We don't know.
Potentially. We'll see. I'm going to jump forward. Michelle Rodriguez is battling away with Brigida Hernandez. Brigida Hernandez looking to capitalise on a decent couple races last week and continue that form. He's currently sat in second position, but Michelle Rodriguez really with the bit between his teeth, with the best livery on the grid, and hunting down Brigida Hernandez as he head into the final corner of the circuit. Michelle was fastest in practice by, I think, about a tenth ahead of Max Newt 7, and definitely faster than Brigida Hernandez. So if he can continue that lap times, if he just doesn't get distracted by Brigida ahead of him, then he can easily move past him as they head down the start-finish straight into the Old Hall corner and back downhill. Brigida Hernandez is all over the grass, and he's lost a serious amount of time there to Michelle Rodriguez, and Michelle's going to gain some serious time as they head down Cascade into the left-hander now. It absolutely compacts the car as they come back up the hill towards the island bend. Michelle Rodriguez is sniffing the exhaust fumes of Brigida Hernandez, but they're going to have to go line astern around the island bend. There's no space to overtake here, and is Michelle Rodriguez going to launch a move into the old Shell corner? No, it's not the Shell Oils corner, sorry. I'm not that sponsored, not that we're sponsored by Shell Oils, but still. Brigida Hernandez stays ahead of Michelle Rodriguez for now as they head through into the chicane, and Michelle Rodriguez just trying to find a way past Brigida Hernandez. I don't know, is it going to happen this lap, Switzerland, or is he going to make a move another lap?
I don't know, but this corner is tight. If Brigida makes a large mistake, maybe just or goes into the grass for a long time, then Michelle might take the second position.
Definitely true. And of course, with them battling, if they do battle for too long, if Michelle Rodriguez doesn't find the move and make it stick, this battling is obviously compromising both the racing lines, and that's allowing Henry Comsey into it. And like you said before, he's fed up and he wants to find a way past. He's got the fed up livery and he wants to find a way past, and he's very close behind the pair of them. If they look in their mirrors, they're going to see him, so they don't want to be battling for too long. Perhaps it's time for them to both work together and they can start to have a melee on the final couple laps, but we know what these track Titan community races are like. They're not patient, are they?
They're not. At all. Non-existent.
El Ripo and Isaac Gard are going toe-to-toe, both in the bright yellow Nismo GTR liveries. El Ripo still just behind Isaac Gard, but he's got a better run off the final corner as they head back up the hill. Isaac Gard recently updated his game, only just made it into the server. They're side-by-side down the start-finish straight. El Ripo on the left, Isaac Gard on the right, breaking into the first corner. Isaac Gard's surely going to have the worst run off the first corner. Great racing from the pair of them, both of them leaving plenty space for each other. And El Ripo continues just behind Isaac Gard, but he's got a good run down Cascades as they come into the left-hander now. El Ripo's got a quarter alongside. He's got nothing alongside. Isaac Gard is continuing ahead in 9th position, just ahead of El Ripo. And that threatened for a move, but I think these two drivers are too polite to each other, aren't they?
Well, seems like it. And Henry Comsey falls down and Bynard gets past.
Henry Comsey had an incident, and also Isaac Gard had an incident. Isaac Gard ended up in the wall on the exit of Island Bend, and that allowed El Ripo through, so the politeness didn't pay off for Isaac Gard. And Henry Comsey, likewise, seems to have an incident, dropped down now behind Bynard and Max Newt 7. I completely missed what happened to him. He must have had a spin.
I don't know as well, the camera was in a bad place.
Well, that's the way it goes. Like I said, Oulton Park, it's one of the trickiest circuits I think we've ever raced at. How tight it is, and like we have always said, 2 wheels on the grass and you're done. You're done so. And Henry Comsey proving that point by going for a spin and losing out on 3 positions. Who else is battling on track? Michelle Rodriguez. We'll jump back to the battle.
Hernandez and Michelle Rodriguez.
Very Hispanic second names battling here as they head down towards the island bend, up towards the Shell Oils hairpin once again. Michelle has just he's keeping Brigida honest. He's not allowing him to get away from it, but he's certainly not mounting a serious attack at the minute. I think he's just trying to find some rhythm and find some well, find out where Brigido's perhaps not strong and learning where he can make his move potentially. But, I mean, equally as well, neither of them allowing Ryan Skywalker to run away with it. Ryan Skywalker is one spin away from losing all of his progress. Currently, he's sat in the first, and of course, I wouldn't wish that on him. I'd never wish that on him. But I'm just saying, he's not too far ahead of Brigido Hernandez here. He's only 2 and a bit seconds, and that's not a commanding lead. So he's going to have to keep on it, and he's going to have to keep lapping at a decent pace so that Brigido and Michelle don't seriously catch up to the back of them.
Well, we don't want Michelle to fight for first because we know why.
He's got history there. He's got the best livery, and so we need to win him onto the we need to will him onto the win. But even so, we'll see how it develops. It's currently on set for a podium, and the rest of the battles on the track have kind of died down. There's not too much going on close together. Binar isn't far behind Henry Comsey as they come around the final corner. A battle potentially growing there towards the end of the race, but with just under 2 minutes to go, this has been a very, apart from the first lap, a very clean race so far. And it goes to show that when we have the experienced Track Titan drivers in and not the randoms, the racing does go well. These Track Titan drivers can race well. It's usually the randoms that cause the chaos, isn't it?
Well, also there's one person, but he's out of service.
He who shall not be named. Well, yeah. Fortunately, he's not out to play today, so the drivers can have a decent race. But still, I'm trying to think of. That's absolutely throwing me off. Yeah, Brigido Hernandez still battling with Michelle Rodriguez for second position, but Michelle has really dropped off the back of Brigido. Brigido just setting the pace, and he's actually setting faster pace than Ryan Skywalker right now. Only a second and a half behind Ryan Skywalker. He's caught up about half a second within the last few laps, and I don't think that's means he's going to be close enough by the end of the race to launch an attack, but it goes to show that potentially into the second race, Brigido could be on for a win, or at least a better result than Ryan if he carries on this kind of form. Max Newt, after his spin down out of Cascades, is now in 4th position. He's fought back well. He's got himself past a lot of drivers there to get himself back up into 4th position, but that's as good as he's going to get today, because he's definitely not going to catch 10 seconds up to Michelle Rodriguez in the amount of time that's left in this race. Of course, 10 seconds and then 1 lap. So Ryan Skywalker currently in the island bend going side to side with a back marker. This could get hairy. Oh, fortunately it didn't. I think it was with Baby Skywalker. If Baby Skywalker had taken him out there would have been a scrap. There would have been a serious fight in the paddock. Fortunately, it doesn't.
Of course, controlled by the stewards.
Of course. Oh, excuse me. Bathtub there is taking a trip across the Shell Oil's hairpin, and he's just doing a bit of sightseeing. He's looking at the lake that's down there and taking it nice and easy, because he's decided that he wants to go and investigate the tyre wall and damage his car a little bit more. But you know what? You do you, Bathtub. If that's how you want to spend your time at Oulton Park, you do that.
Just ask him at the voice chat, like, how's the tyre wall?
How's the tyre wall feel? I'll have to ask Eric Schmidera that as well, if he's Alexander Gray got up past Isaac Gard just now, not long ago, and Isaac Gard is going to be battling for 9th position now, as Alexander Gray sets the pace and tries to control the car with Isaac behind him and keep him there. Baby Skywalker, team orders in play again? Or blue flags? He's going to obey blue flags this time. He's going to allow Brigido Hernandez through. He's going to hold the inside line and allow the 2 faster drivers through, and very well done from Baby Skywalker there to not torpedo them off as he did with Henry Comsey last time round. And it smells like Wee has got himself past Keith Holt. Keith, I think, must have had a bit of a incident there, because he was a bit further ahead of Smells Like Wee before, and he suddenly dropped back behind him. So must have missed the crash on the cameras there. But of course, we are on the final lap now. Ryan Skywalker's in the Shell Oil's hairpin, and he's flying around, setting the pace, keeping himself a decent distance from Brigido Hernandez. He's pulled out a second and a half in the last lap alone from Brigido. Brigido has now fallen into the clutches of Michelle Rodriguez, so the battle returns. Michelle on Brigido through the chicane now, up the hill, over the crest. It's so easy to lose control as you go over these corners, but not happening for either drivers now as you head down the hill. And it's a deep downhill braking as you head into Hislops, avoiding that inside barrier. As I said, that is unforgiving. Michelle Rodriguez sticking to the tail of Brigida Hernandez, keeping him honest as they head out of Knickerbrook and up Clear Hill. Using all the exit curve possible there, Michelle Rodriguez trying to find any way past Brigida Hernandez, trying to find any time he can to try and get himself passed and up into second position, and that'll be a good haul of points for either driver, no matter where they finish today in second and third. But of course, both drivers want to finish ahead, and both drivers want to get the most points, but Michelle Rodriguez is going to struggle to find a way through as he head up towards Lodge Corner. It's going to have to be now or never, and it doesn't look like it's going to be now because Michelle Rodriguez is sticking to his line, and Ryan Skywalker is come out of the final corner, and the man hasn't got much coverage today because he's just led from the front. Pole man leading to the first corner, leading in every lap, and winning the race. It's a beautiful race, commanded from the front from Ryan Skywalker in the Too Fast, Too Furious livery, and that's a fantastic job from the South African driver there. Brigida Hernandez and Michelle Rodriguez battle to the line. Michelle is not able to get himself up into second position. He's going to have to settle for third, big boy. Max Newt 7 recovers after battling for first with Ryan Skywalker at the start. He span just out of this corner that he's in now. He's getting flashbacks. You can see it in his eyes. He finishes in fourth position. Henry Comsey had a spin and dropped down from third into fifth position and finishes there just ahead of Biner. Alex Heller with a fantastic seventh place finish there. The Too Fast, Too Furious livery must be absolutely blessed this weekend. This Tuesday, rather. As El Ripo finishes in 8th position. Alexander Gray and Isaac Gard had a little battle earlier on, but I think Isaac Gard is managing a bit of damage because he's really dropped back and he's going to finish in 10th position just behind Alexander Gray in 9th. And the rest of the drivers are going to fall through, but that was a great first race and a great showcase for what the drivers are capable of here at Oulton Park, wasn't it?
Adam.
Yes.
Adam just got muted somehow.
I muted myself in Discord, but it's okay.
How?
Shortcuts. It's okay. I wasn't muted on the stream. I've just been talking to myself. But yeah, it was a great first race, wasn't it, Spitzlan?
Oh, definitely. Well, one for Michel, really stressful. Now the second one will be even more because if he doesn't win it, he has to sink.
He does.
I don't think he wants that.
And it's gonna be on stream, but you know, it's the price he's got to pay. He backed himself, and that's what happens. Well, we're going to move on to the next session. It's the second race of the day. I'm going to get a drink before this race, or else I'm going to die. So, Spitzlan, fill for me.
Bathtub first. Then it's Baby Skywalker first.
Here we are,
just
back in with a fresh glass of water. Sorry, did you miss me?
No, it's drivers on the grid. I like nothing special.
Well, you know what? Drivers on the grid is the most special part of the day. Because you got all this build-up. You got all this tension in the air. Tension! Baby Skywalker starts on pole. Bathtub close behind in the black GTR. Keith Holt joins them from third position. Smells Like We in fourth. Isaac Garden fifth. Henry Comsey and all the other drivers falling through as they curve around the start-finish line. This beautiful curved start-finish line. But we've lost a few drivers. 15 drivers left as they watch the 6 red lights go out. And that's a decent start for Baby Skywalker, but that's an even decent start from Keith Holt as he flies up the inside there into the first corner, leading by the first corner. What a lightning start from Keith there. Beautiful driving. Bathtub and Baby Skywalker go side by side. Isaac Gard is going side by side with them as well. Alex Heller feeding through. There's a driver in the grass in the background. I think he's already gone off as Alex Heller goes side by side with El Ripo, and El Ripo's in the gravel. Alex Heller's in the gravel.
It's
Isaac Gard's in the gravel. It's 3 people in the gravel. Everyone's in the gravel, and they're all on the grass on the inside of the Cascades corner. But Henry Comsey's managed to get himself big mover there up into third position. Baby Skywalker is leading from the front. What's happened to Keith? Keith after the greatest start Track Titan Community Race has ever seen, he's now down 11th position after having an incident. He's had an incident, as Charles Leclerc would say. Just an incident. I am stupid. Baby Skywalker leads the race then ahead of Bathtub, but that's not going to help him because Bathtub's going to come through and he's going to fly around the outside of Baby Skywalker there as they head over the crest and down the hill once more into the Hislops chicane. Bathtub leading the race. This is not a position he's used to. Baby Skywalker close behind Henry Comsey and Brigida Hernandez. Another big mover there, moving from second to last up to fourth. Where's Ryan Skywalker? Ryan Skywalker's disconnected. What's happened to him? Ryan Skywalker's gone from the server, and I don't know why, but he's disappeared. I don't know whether he was caught up in an incident before, but he is out of the race, and that's going to really dent his championship hopes. This is going to be one of his drop scores. At least he got a win earlier today. Bathtub leading ahead of Baby Skywalker and Henry Comsey going side by side. Henry Comsey lunging up the inside of Baby Skywalker there into the lodge corner. Baby Skywalker getting on the gravel on the exit and then losing another position to Brigida Hernandez. And Brigida Hernandez and Henry Comsey are gonna go clash as they head down the start-finish straight. Bathtub still leading the race though and commanding it. Currently sat about a second ahead of Henry Comsey, so a decent drive from him. But Henry's gonna come through and he's gonna try and gain some time on Bathtub as he head down the hill, and he is gaining time. He's gaining almost a tenth through the one corner as he head through the cascades. Oh, and Bathtub's gone off.
And Bathtub makes a mistake.
He made a mistake. He's recovered very, very well there. He's recovered very well and not ended up seriously damaging his car there. So, all things considered, not too bad for Bathtub, but I prefer to not make a mistake if I was him. Michelle Rodriguez is through on Max Newt 7 through the island corner. Max Newt 7 getting absolutely hounded here at Oulton. He's not having the best day for it. Oh, maybe Skywalker's in the wall.
Oh, it's a crash with Max Newt. Max Newt just drifted.
Yeah, Max Newt's having losing time there around the Shell Oil's hairpin. But Michelle Rodriguez there extending his lead ahead of Max Newt 7, now hunting down Keith. Oh, no, sorry, El Ripo just ahead of him. Keith's down in 9th. Sorry, boys. Alexander Gray has DNF'd. Apparently.
Oh, Brigido crashed the inside tire wall on the turns. We said it's there. We said it's a dangerous thing, and he crashed into it. He got spun.
I am Jesus. I am Jesus, and I have foretold it. Brigido laughing at his incident there. You know what? That happens to the best of us. He, like you said, he crashed into that inside tyre wall and it just spits you out. It chews you up and it spits you out. And Michelle Rodriguez has chewed up El Ripo and spat him out through the lodge corner, moving up into 3rd position there. Michelle Rodriguez loves this circuit and he loves this car. And he's still going toe-to-toe with El Ripo, but he's got the better run out onto the start-finish straight and into the first corner. But he's still got work to do if he's going to win this race and avoid singing. Henry Comsey's away and clear. He's about 4 seconds ahead of Michelle Rodriguez. Michelle's going to have to put the foot down if he wants to avoid making his entrance into the Track Titan X Factor.
Just type them out. Execute Order 66.
Michelle Rodriguez needs to get on. He needs to get on the team radio and he needs to say, "Listen, I'm hanging by a 30."
They're just Isaac just chilling the Shell Oil's corner, just chilling the gravel. My man is vibing.
Isaac Gab making sandcastles, Bathtub
No,
making donuts. He just, I don't know what caused that. He span on the entrance to the chicane. He span on the entrance to the chicane after going toe-to-toe with Michelle Rodriguez, and he's backwards in the tyre wall, and he's now 7th position. Going to be 8th soon, because Keith Holt's going to fly past him down the hill into the Hislops, under braking. Keith Holt making the move on Bathtub. Bathtub, oh, never mind. Bathtub lasted the late breakers, defending that position like a lion from Keith. Holding on to 7th position. That was a really nice move from Bathtub there, even if it was a little bit robust. So Michelle Rodriguez with that up to 2nd.
Something tells me that Michelle doesn't want to think.
Something tells me he really does not.
He
nonetheless,
is
I hope he
flying.
does. He is flying. He's putting in good lap times behind Henry Comsey.
Flying. My guy needs to chill down.
No, he needs to win. He needs to win and shake this championship up, because our current championship leader, Max Newt 7, is sat in 4th position, battling away with El Ripo and Dennis Bosman. Their line of stern is ahead round the first corner down the hill towards Cascades. And Max Newt 7 is hunting El Ripo. He's sniffing at his exhaust fumes, and oh, that's a serious lunge up the inside, almost making the move happen out the exit of the Cascades, but not going to happen this time round as he head round Island Bend. Who's going to have the better exit onto the Shell Oil's corner? Max Newt 7 very close behind El Ripo. Both the drivers going to go side by side, toe to toe around the Island Bend there into the Shell Oil's hairpin. El Ripo is feeling Max Newt's presence like a Kit Kat chunky. Max Newt 7 trying to find a way past, but it's not going to happen into this chicane. This is not a chicane that you can make a move happen, surely. Yeah, I was right. I was kind of half hoping that he would do and prove me wrong there, but no, he's not going to happen. This is potentially into the next chicane, last of the lake breakers. Max Newt 7 trying to make a name for himself, heading down the hill towards the Hislop chicane. El Ripo holding on to this position for now, still in 3rd position with Dennis Bosman close behind, looking to regain some positions after his torrid time in the first race. Max Newt 7 still stuck behind El Ripo. This move's got to happen somewhere, surely. El Ripo's getting torn apart here. He's getting ripped apart. He's getting El Ripo'd apart. Surely it's going to happen. Surely it's going to happen. Coming down the straight now, under the Carlo banners, into the large corner. Max 7 can't find a way past. El Ripo driving the widest GTR known to man. He's taken the Fernando Alonso defending masterclass and he's putting it to good use because Max 7 is not able to find a way past. Michel Rodriguez puts in the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:35.507. He is desperate to not sing tonight and he's closing the gap to Henry Comsey.
Is he driving qualifying?
And
he's doing qualifying laps in the race, and it's just
is.
just the 7th minute.
Plenty of time.
Somebody
for
doesn't want
to
to
make
sing.
a move. He really doesn't. Max 7 didn't make any deals to sing, but he has made light work of El Ripo there, making the move around the inside of the island bend. I didn't think that was a move that was going to be able to be pulled off, but it is. And El Ripo drops back into 4th position. Max 7 up into the podium positions, and that's going to be another good points haul for him in the championship, especially with Ryan Skywalker now back in the server, but about 4 laps down because of some game issues, I think. But behind him, El Ripo and Dennis Bosman are going toe-to-toe now as they head down into the Hislop chicane. Dennis Bosman just braking so much later than El Ripo there, showing the pace that he has got as they get back over to the left for the Knickerbrook corner. Up the hill once again, El Ripo. He's getting mogged here, but he's holding on very, very well.
Bafta got spun. Bafta, the second driver that got out by the tire wall.
Oh, he's in the tire wall.
It's Bafta now.
He is. It's so easily done.
The second driver first was Brigido, and now it's Bafta.
It's so easily done. Speaking of easily done, Dennis Bosman. Yeah. Through on El Ripo, but El Ripo fighting back, and now they're side by side down the start finish straight. El Ripo's got the inside line. Dennis Bosman stuck to the outside line. Down under braking. El Ripo gonna have to slot in behind Dennis Bosman. Oh, but they go side by side and they touch each other at the exit the first corner. Down through into Cascades. They're bumping a little bit. Dennis Bosman's got the inside line. Is he gonna be able to get ahead? Yes, he is. He's gonna still keep it happening though. El Ripo almost managing to keep the battle going, but he's gonna have to drop behind Dennis Bosman because I think they both ran out of track there. The corner does tighten up on the exit. Max 7's in the wall. Once again, Max 7's in the wall at Cascades. It's happened for a second time this evening, and Max 7 has found himself facing the Dunlop barriers. He's going to back himself up. He's going to rejoin the circuit in 9th position, potentially 10th if he rejoins behind Smells Like Weed, but that's the second time tonight. Max does not enjoy Oulton Park, does he? But one man who does enjoy Oulton Park is Michel Rodriguez. 5.5 minutes left for Michel Rodriguez to pull 2 seconds on Henry Comsey, and currently he's lapping 0.3 of a second faster than Henry Comsey. We'll do some quick maths here. We've probably got about 5 laps left. That's not enough. Michel Rodriguez is going to have to still put the foot down a little bit more than he is now, and I know he's absolutely pedaling it, and I know the tyres are going to start to run out very soon because he is flying and doing qualifying laps, but of course we've got time left and we've got tyres to break down. Last laps, Michel Rodriguez lapping 0.7 faster than Henry Comsey ahead of him. Michel has got the bit between his teeth and he does not want to sing tonight. And, oh, Spitslam's out. Spitslam's left me. He's left me alone. I was wondering why he was quiet. He's left me. Hopefully Spitslam will rejoin us shortly. I'll carry on as we are. Henry Comsey under threat from Michel Rodriguez here. 1.5 seconds between them. And it's about the closest battle on track as we go. Bathtub putting in a fastest personal lap time ever, 1:39.870. Not the best lap times, but I think it's just because he's been involved in so many incidents and he's got a damaged and broken car this race. Oh, I feel very lonely without Spitslam. It's very difficult to commentate without someone to throw to. Anyway, continuing with the race commentary, Michel Rodriguez, look at this, he's closing up on Henry Comsey. He's now within 1.5, he's now within 1.3 seconds. That's 0.2 in the last about 4 corners alone. Michel Rodriguez is absolutely flying in this big boy liveried GTR. Henry Comsey surely is going to be absolutely sweating, but we know what Henry Comsey's like. He is the Iceman after all. If Max is the flying Finn, then Henry Comsey is the Iceman. Ryan Scalca pumps in the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:35.309. Qualifying lap times from Ryan Scalca, but of course he's down in 13th position and he's a lap behind even Alex Heller, who is about a minute behind the driver even ahead of him. So definitely not going to get any points today, Ryan Scalca, but he's just proven that he's worthy of any positions that he could get. Smells like Wee's had an incident by the looks of it, because Max Newt 7 has moved it past him easily for 9th position, and that's going to be another extra point in the championship for him there. And this, well, if Max can continue his form, well, return to his form that we've become accustomed to knowing him for, then in the next few races, well, this could be his drop score, is my point. This could be the drop score for Max Newt 7 if he returns to his form in the next few races. But yeah, he's not vibing with this Oulton Park GTR combo at all. With just under 3 minutes left, the battle at the front, here it is. It's all come to a crescendo, and I said it wasn't enough. And Michelle Rodriguez is listening. He's got the bit between his teeth, and he is absolutely flying. Last lap alone, he was almost 8/10 quicker than Henry Comsey. He's hunting down the poor Finn, and he's looking to make a move for first position because he does not want to sing. But Henry Comsey's not going to make it easy for him. We know what Henry Comsey's like, and we know that he can defend. Like his life depends on it, and with only 2.5 minutes and 1 lap left, that's going to give us about 3 more laps, I do assume. Yeah, 3 laps, maybe 2. It'll be 3 laps as they cross the line now. 2 minutes 10 remaining. Henry Comsey still holding himself into first position ahead of Michelle Rodriguez, and this is about the only battle on track. The rest of the drivers just pumping in hot laps, just getting the good practice in, and probably that's the best thing they can wish for with all the well, with how tight this circuit is. All the drivers are very spread out on track, which they won't be complaining about, but I'm complaining about because it's less interesting to watch. Michelle Rodriguez now within 0.3 of a second from Henry Comsey. I need to watch the screen rather than complain about the drivers. 4/10 between the pair of them, heading down through Cascades into the island bend now. You can see the lake in the background. What a beautiful picturesque circuit this is. There's a reason I love Oulton, and it's because it's bloody beautiful. And Michelle Rodriguez with some bloody beautiful driving. Through the Shell Oils hairpin now. He's been putting in lap times faster than almost anyone on the circuit except for Ryan, who in this race is effectively irrelevant. Of course he wasn't last race because he won. Henry Comsey though through the chicane, getting sniffed at by Michelle Rodriguez. Michelle just needs to find a way past, and it's so difficult to do that on this circuit. Like with me and Spitz have been discussing, it's so tight. There's so few overtaking opportunities. It's so difficult to overtake into this corner because of that inside barrier. It's so difficult to overtake around Druids because its corner tightens up. It's so difficult to overtake around Lodge because, well, I mean, that's one of the few overtaking opportunities, significant ones, and Michelle Rodriguez gives Henry Comsey the flashes behind. He's saying, "Let me through! Let me through!" And Henry Comsey saying, "No." But like I said, into Lodge corner, Henry Comsey He's going to have to defend because... Oh, but he's not, because Michelle Rodriguez has gone off the circuit. He's all over the grass there, and that's going to scrub his tyres, and that's going to lose him a serious amount of grip as he head through Lodge Corner. And he's not going to be able to get as good a run off Lodge Corner onto the start-finish straight, and this is a crucial part of the circuit. And Michelle Rodriguez is going to lose out time. He has lost out time. He's lost about 3/4 tenths of a second to Henry Comsey. 5 as the time is creeping up. The delta between them is creeping up. 17 seconds left, so we've got this lap and one more for these drivers, for Henry Comsey to hold on. And as you can see, Michelle Rodriguez is sliding all over the place. That's what going onto the grass does to you. It gets mud in the tyres, it gets mud in the crevices, in the grooves of the tyres, and more importantly than any of that, it cools down the tyres as well, and so they're not at their optimal temperature, and you just lose out on grip. These are things that you would know if you watch the Track Titan YouTube channel, because there's some fantastic tutorials on there, one of which was posted today, Tutorial Tuesdays, in association with Fanatec. Go check them out. Max Newt 7th made himself up into the 8th position past Baby Skyrock, and that's an extra 2 points for him in the championship compared to what he was before, so 4 points in this race so far if he holds onto this position, and if he makes many more, then even more points on the cards for him as he comes onto the final lap. Oh, sorry, as he comes onto his penultimate lap. He is, of course, halfway around the circuit compared to these two drivers. On your screen right now, Michelle Rodriguez and Henry Comsey still battling away, still with a titanic battle as the lag comes into play. Michelle Rodriguez is back onto the back of Henry Comsey. He's within 0.2 of a second. Is this potentially where the move is going to be made? Up into Druids or into Lodge? If Michelle Rodriguez can hold onto the back and cling onto the back of Henry Comsey, he can maybe make a serious lunge up into Lodge. Oh, he gets a nose alongside round Druids, and Henry Comsey's surely going to be feeling his presence now. He's going to be filling his mirrors. His mirrors are going to be full of Swedish English meatballs as they head down the straight into the Lodge corner. Michel Rodriguez still not able to find a way past, but he's making his intentions very, very clear as he kind of makes a half move to the inside of Henry Comsey there. But Henry Comsey is so good at getting around Lodge corner. He manages to get so much time with Michel Rodriguez, and Michel Rodriguez is going to have to get that sorted out on this final lap if he's ever going to make that move stick as he head around the Old Hall corner. Down the avenue, into Dentons, into Cascades. Every corner on this circuit is named, and I love it. I love to commentate corner names, not just turn 1 and turn 2. It's beautiful to have names. Michel Rodriguez still hunted down Henry Comsey, still not able to find a way past, and it looks like he's going to be singing for us tonight if he can't make a lunge round Island Bend, using a little bit of that inside curb, getting onto the outside, getting back to the outside on the left for the Shell Oils hairpin. You got a little bit of a crevice as you head up through towards the Britain's chicane now. It's a deceivingly steep right-hander there round the Britain's chicane. Michel Rodriguez not stepping a foot wrong, but nor is Henry Comsey as they head over the hilltop down towards Hislops. Henry Comsey is almost taunting Michel Rodriguez, flashing his lights ahead of him. Michel Rodriguez still half a second behind Henry Comsey. He's not finding a way past if he carries on like this, and unless he makes an audacious lunge on the final corner, he's not going to find a way past at all. Up the Clay Hill, out of Knickerbrook, past Water Tower, underneath the old Dunlop Bridge. It's not a Dunlop Bridge anymore, it's just a boring advertising board. Round Druids, Henry Comsey just holding on to the inside line. Michel Rodriguez looking to find a way past. There's a back marker just ahead of them, but it's Bynar. Is he going to come into play? I don't think he will as they come round Lodge corner. Michel Rodriguez, he's too far back for the lunge. It's going to be second for Michel Rodriguez, and it's going to be a win for Henry Comsey as they come up the hill over the start-finish line. It's the Iceman in the lead, and it's Henry Comsey coming across the line to finish first ahead of Michel Rodriguez, our newest X Factor contestant, Dennis Bosman. 15 seconds behind these two drivers, which goes to show the quality that Henry Comsey and Michel Rodriguez have, because they were able to battle for about 4 laps there and still keep a 15-second gap to Dennis Bosman, who was a decent driver, and he ended up in 3rd position. El Ripo with a 4th position finish. El Ripo really bringing on the points, and that's going to be a good set of points for him in the championship. Of course, he is currently in 8th position. He's going to be looking to try and gain some positions on Alexander Gray, who had a great week last time out. He's had a comparatively worse week this time round, with Keith finishing in 5th, and then himself, Alexander Gray, as I just said, not as good a weekend as last time, finishing in 6th position this time round. And Bathtub comes across the line to finish in 7th with Max Newt 7. Your current championship leader gets a 4th place finish and an 8th place finish. Not the race weekend. I keep saying weekend. Races usually happen on weekends. Spitslam's back. Spitslam. He's back in the channel with me, but he's not back. He's not back in spirit, but hopefully he's back soon. Max Newt 7 finishes in 8th position. Baby Skywalker brings home some points in 9th position, and Smells Like We rounds out the top 10 in the final points position in 10th position. Bynar in 11th, Alex Heller in 12th, and Ryan Skywalker finishing in 13th position because he disconnected at the start of the race. I hear a Spitslam, are you back?
I'm sorry, did I miss something? Okay, the whole Wi-Fi crashed. The whole
I thought that was what it was, but it's good to have you back. I've been very lonely here. And you can join me for the interviews, and of course you can join me for Michelle's X Factor contestant entry.
Yes!
Let's drag both of them in. Let's drag Mr. Ryan Skywalker. I've stolen Mr. Ryan Skywalker, and I've stolen Henry Comsey. Our 2 race winners for today. I'll start with you, Ryan. Ryan, a great win first time round. That was a lights to flag victory. Pole, led every lap, led into the first corner. Could it have gone any better for you in the first race?
Did I get fastest lap? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that makes a good point. You might not have. You nearly got the full Max Verstappen experience, but I'm not sure. I don't know. You might have done.
Can we check somehow?
I don't know. I'd have to go back. I'm sure Keith will check.
Right, yeah.
But I know I got it in the second race.
What happened in the second race?
It's the same that happened when you shifted over from quali to the race. The first race, I got booted, and then I got booted again between the races. I don't know why. I just get kicked. Everything is lagging, and it's horrible.
This is very interesting. This is something that I definitely need to investigate, because we don't want to lose you from any races. Because of course it compromises second race, and you finished 13th.
Okay, you got the full. Okay, Ryan. Good thing for you. You got the fastest lap, but you are sharing it with Max Newt.
Exactly.
No way. Exact same lap.
What?
No way. What?
1
Really?
minute, 35 seconds, and 636,000.
That is
The
amazing.
exact same lap.
I think I should get it because I won the race.
Well, yeah, you're gonna because you won.
Which one made it first?
Oh, see, that's the important question because that's what comes
Ooh.
down to.
No, it
We
doesn't.
don't know.
We need to watch the replay back. But anyway, I'm getting
Somehow
too
I will try
excited here.
to. Okay, we can
Henry,
pick up who has the average clean lap. Who has it better? Then he will get it. Oh,
we're gonna have to go do a
Ryan.
count back. We're gonna have to go do a count back.
It's Ryan.
Okay, well there you go. Ryan takes it. Ryan takes it.
Congratulations.
Henry, you won the second race, and that was a really nice race from yourself. I think you kind of moved through the pack, and you were holding on right at the end from Michelle. Did you feel like he was going to pass you, or were you just defending?
No. When I came to the practice thing here, I saw two cars side by side and think that it's so narrow the track, you can't overtake if you don't make mistake, and you need at least 2-second speed difference to overtake. So I just tried to park on the apex and get good exit so he can't overtake on the next corner.
I thought you were doing that, and I was saying that you were defending very well, and that's exactly true. This track is so narrow. Me and Spitzlem were saying it the entire time. It's so narrow, it's so hard to overtake. And yeah, you demonstrated it perfectly. You held off Michelle right to the end there. And in the first race, where did you end up in the first race, Henry?
Fifth.
Fifth. Oh yeah, it wasn't a bad race in the end. I think, was it? I think you had an off at one point, but not as bad as Eric in the first lap.
What happened to him?
Eric decided to investigate the tyre walls on the entrance to Shell Oil's hairpin.
I told you somebody's
He gave them a very, very close inspection.
So now I'm looking and I see that Ryan here is 13th with a lap of 1 minute 35 seconds and 3:09, which is the fastest lap for the second race as well.
There you go, Ryan. You're proving your worth here, but
I was bored at the back, man.
I think you're quite fortunate because Max didn't do as well this week. This week, I keep calling it weekend. This Tuesday, it's because racing's supposed to happen on weekends.
You watch too much F1.
It's when all racing happens. But no, yeah, Max didn't do as well today. He finished 8th and 4th, I think. So
what happened to him in the first race? He was behind me for a while, and then he was gone.
Well, it happened exactly the same to him in the second race. He came down, the first corner and you go down towards Cascades, the downhill corner. He just lost the back end and span out. It happened twice. It happened in the first race and it happened in the second race. So we
maybe
lost out
that curb on the right.
I think that's probably what it was. I was saying that it's so easy to lose a car that way.
Yeah.
But well, Keith has put the results in, and you've. I mean, it's fortunate that Max hasn't had a good weekend for you, but you still have lost 1 point to him in the championship race.
Are you serious?
Oh no, wait, sorry, no, you've gained.
I just wanted to say,
Oh no, you've gained 9. You've gained 9 points. It's okay. You're on 110 points, Ryan. Max is on 146. Although there's one man chasing you from behind, and he's in this channel. And Henry is on 105 points. There's only 5 points between the pair of you now. So that's the same. That's 10 points Henry's gained on you this evening. So. Oh, Henry, you might be challenging for second, do you?
I tried to challenge for the first, but
that's exactly what I want to hear.
I remember
on the space-wise, I don't had the pace on this track, so very good threshold to win here.
Did Spitzlam say on the last race last season, and Adam was asking who's going to be the challengers this year, and then Spitzlam said, Henry Comsi and Max Newt, and look at them now.
This is why he's in the comms box. He knows everything, does Spitzlam.
Predicts the future.
He knows, man. He knows.
Well, I think we have the top 3 locked out. If you look, Henry Comsi and Michelle, who is 4th, 105 points for Henry. Michelle has 67 points. So I think if you keep racing and like scoring to top 10, this is a locked out top 3. No one can get in anymore.
Just the fact of who's gonna finish where.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the
It's
battle.
just between Ryan and Henry now. It's just between you two now. All
No,
of
guys,
the others you
I'm
can
gonna
just.
get Max. I was last season. I was further behind Eric by this time of the season, so it's fine.
He's right. He's right. At one point in the season last time around, I think Eric had a lead of about 46 points. So, I mean, Henry could win. Let's not discount him. He's challenging
Max-
now. He's coming behind
Max
you,
must
mate.
just have Max must just have one bad race, then we're on him.
Exactly that. Or he misses one. But I mean, of course, we have got drop scores this time round.
Oh
so
yeah,
everyone's got a chance. I think everyone's got a chance.
even Eric.
One bad week and then it's 50 points.
Exactly. Well, there you go. That's your two race winners, Henry Comsey and Ryan Skywalker. We have got one thing left, and that's Michelle, who needs to sing tonight. What's he singing against Bitslam?
He just. If I'm right, we agreed for the ceremony. The Track Titan Awards.
It's not tonight. It's at the
we
awards.
will
He's gonna
have
sing.
to wait a little bit
I've got you.
longer to hear him singing a Backstreet Boys song, but you can drag him in here so he chooses it on the spot.
Yeah,
so
he's gonna choose the song. Michelle, I've dragged you in here. You made
choose your song.
Yeah, you made an agreement before the race started, my friend, and you haven't won this race. So when the awards ceremony comes around, what are you singing?
Big boys.
Backstreet Boys is the only song I can. I want
But
it
which
that way.
one?
He wants it that way.
He doesn't win the championship. I wanted that.
It's the only
that's
song I can. So it'll be that song I sing.
I'm looking forward to it
Perfect.
so much. There you go. Right, well, that's good to know. I'll return you all back to the general chat. It's good to hear from you all, and well done for winning today, Ryan. Well done for winning today, Henry. And Michelle, good battle today with Henry in the end. You just couldn't find a way past.
No, I couldn't.
It's Oulton. It's hard to overtake.
It is. It's a small track. It's hard, but
We
like
should
a
get
mini Nürburgring.
Snetterton.
Yeah, I agree. I love
Yes,
these. We need
Say that to Tom.
Snetterton
Say
or
that to
Cardwell.
Tom.
I love these
and
tiny
Cardwell,
circuits.
yeah.
We need to spam Tom. We need to just spam Tom.
Not
We have
far.
5 people already here. Just spam the out of
Mount
him.
Panorama.
Also, around
Like
Atlanta is
breakfast.
nice.
What did you say, Henry?
Breakfast, Mount Panorama.
Yes, it will be. It will be, but it'll be fun. Ryan's already disappeared. He's just run off. So, well, I mean, I'm going to round it out so I can finish the stream, but thanks for joining us, boys, and great racing today. And I'll expect much better racing next time round, of course.
Of course. See
Right,
ya.
so,
See you boys later.
bye.
Yeah.
There we go. So Henry Comsey, Ryan Skywalker, and Michelle Rodriguez joining us in the commentary booth this evening after a fantastic evening of racing. I'm always in happy spirits because when it's Oulton, because I love this circuit. Next up, I don't know, but the votes are looking good. Next time round, of course, everyone, you vote on what tracks we put race next. You got a choice of 3, and the choice of 3 this time round was either Old Silverstone, 1967 Silverstone, Mugello, or a Vallelunga. You've got the choice of either a brand new Le Mans car or 2 old Formula cars. I mean, I'm going to hesitate a guess and say Mugello might have won this one.
Maserati.
I mean, I would love.
think the Maserati
I would love
won.
to. I would love to race and commentate on the old Maserati. So we'll see. The server's going to get updated shortly, if it hasn't already.
Oh, it's not.
Not yet. So, well, it'll be revealed shortly. I don't even know what it is. It's a surprise to me. It's a surprise to the stream, and it's a surprise to every driver. So that rounds us up for today. I'll stop rambling. Happy days, good racing from Oulton Park, from the Track Titan Community Race Series. I've been Adam Chapman, commentating very mediocrely as ever, joined, of course, by the handsome Spitzlam. And it's good night from us. We'll see you this time next week. Ta-ra!